Okay, so welcome everyone. All right, so this is the first intermediate visual grammar course, Language of Filmmaking, sponsored by the WA. Thank you guys for coming. I think a lot of you, some of you I personally know, and the reason why you wanted to take the course is, as I said, that it's a course about directing. Now, for those of you who have taken media in college, you would know that you really didn't like to learn anything about directing per se. And I don't name schools, it's just in the fashion that it's a specialism that is usually under the whole umbrella of media, right? So there's photography, there's camera work, there's all that kind of stuff. But as far as directing, that's something that people haven't actually designed into a course as of yet. The main aim of this course is not only to give you the experience to direct scenes, not films. This is not a short filmmaking course. To direct scenes, because in theory, all the way up to, Sundance Film Festival or the Sundance Film Directors Lab, they'll tell you that all they require of their filmmakers is to direct a scene. A scene has a beginning, middle, and end. It has a conflict between two or more people. And in that aspect, if you can actually direct a scene, you could direct a film. Because this film just becomes a collection of scenes. This course is going to focus on the language of filmmaking, or what I like to call visual grammar. That means every image should say something. It's like what you would learn in school, mise en scene, which only just is what is happening in the scene. A lot of it is about the art direction of that scene, like a prop is placed here, a table is placed there, and people are blocked within that scene to move about. But everything is there for a reason, from the color of the flowers to how much water is in the vase. It should be there for a reason if you know, as a director, what your style and technique is. You might be a writer, you might be an actor who was always curious as to how come some director just comes in and steals the whole show. Ramrods over everything. Whether it's my script, tells me what to do and all that. I want to be that guy. Or you might say, as a film goer, I'm so used to watching film that I love the fact that at the end of it, it says directed by Steven Spielberg and it gets all the credit. Without even actually realizing that so many other people are important to that process. So, what we're going to do is break the directing process down into its component parts for you to actually discover for yourself what is your style and technique as a director. The director is not the writer, but there is a bit of knowledge in writing per se into directing. So we will be looking at the writing process as well. As an intermediate, you should know that there are 5 key roles in any production. But most of you may have only experience being student filmmakers or independent filmmakers. And in that aspect, you probably only actually worked on a film where there was, there's 5 people? Right? There's only 3 of us, right? Somebody's holding the camera, girlfriend's holding a boom, if we even got a boom, right? But then you're also wondering, how come my film doesn't look like the films that I watched? I watched Tarantino 100 times, and I'm still not getting it right. Right? And what that comes into is maybe you're doing too many jobs. Or you're doing the jobs of other people. So, what other people are you talking about, Chase? I mean, I know there's a director. So, then let's see. Let me ask you. How many of you, and raise your hand and tell me, how many of you know what an assistant director does?
They have a call sheet or something. He was either
Call sheets?
Yeah.
That's one of his jobs, right? That's his importance. Why is he making call sheets?
To look at what actors are needed for each scene.
Yeah, so that's important. That is what he does and everything. So that's good. What does a producer do?
Sorts out the money.
Sort out the money. That's all he does.
Organizes everybody else, gets people together.
Gets people together, right? Gathers his flock and stuff like that, so to speak. Sean, you shook your head.
There's a lot more, isn't there? It pretty much carries the project.
Carries the project. Why does he do that?
Well, they're the ones that hire the. Well, if there's not already a director, they're the ones that hire the directors. They hire the editors. They pretty much have all the phone numbers down. They get everyone together.
This is why this is the intermediate class. Exactly right. But let's break it down into simpler terms for us all to understand. At the start of any project, not script, for the writers in here. At the start of any project comes the gem of an idea. That idea will always come from the producer. Right? Producer has an idea. So, somebody just throw out an idea. This was thrown out earlier today, but somebody throw out another one at me. Just throw out an idea. Fired already?